Hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Ray Bradbury. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do. So for today's short story review, I am taking a look at The Rocket Man from 1951. This is story number 18 of 100 in the collection, The Stories of Ray Bradbury, if you were following along with me as I work my way through the collection. In this story, Doug is a little boy living in Illinois. His father is a rocket man. He is a rocket pilot. One day, his father arrives home from from his latest 3-month mission, and Doug's mother makes Doug promise to try and help her to get father to stay home and to never leave again on another rocket. Father never really talks about his job, and he even keeps his uniform in a box. They never see it on him, as if he's trying to hide his profession just a little bit. During his time home, Doug, though, begins to notice, I think he's getting to that sort of age where he notices these things, but he notices that his parents sort of behave oddly towards each other. Mom talks to him, but seems to sort of look past him while he's talking, as if he's not there. And while Dad's home, he seems to be thinking about nothing but space, and he can be seen frequently looking past everybody, gazing up at the night sky. They go on a vacation while father is home, and on a long talk, he talks about how when he's in space, he can think about nothing but being home, but when he's at home, he can't help it, and he thinks about nothing but being back in space. And he always tells himself that he's never going to leave his family again, but he just can't help himself. After a few days at home, he goes stir crazy for the sort of the beauty and the danger of his work. Mother reveals that 10 years earlier, she'd learned to convince herself that her husband is in fact dead, and that the man who comes home every 3 months to visit her is in fact sort of a ghost of her husband, that he's not real, and this helped her to cope with the pain of him going away once again. And she, one of her things is she, by telling herself that her husband is dead, she's learned to convince herself that if he were to die on Mars, for example, she could justify looking at Mars by saying, well, that wasn't my husband. Otherwise, she would be forever attaching his death to the place of Mars, and Mars would become a tragic place for her. Father leaves. One day, a message comes. He is in fact dead. His ship has fallen into the sun. From that day forward, Mother sleeps all day, and they do everything by night because she can't bear to stare up at the sun in the sky because it makes her think of her husband who has died. So it's a beautiful little tale. I thought for a moment that we were going to learn that father was a fraud. This whole thing about never showing his uniform and not bringing Doug home any space rocks seemed to indicate to me that, well, maybe he's not really going to space. Maybe he's pretending to be in this glamorous job, but he's actually doing something more earthbound, something less glamorous, something that he's not proud of, but yet is through his hard working, he's in fact, earning a living for his family. But that wasn't the case. He actually is a rocket man. The story is really about the way families can sort of be apart. You have dangerous jobs with good pay, and also jobs of passion that take us far away from our families in some cases. And there's sort of this resentment that goes on where you're doing it. In many cases, you're doing it for your family's benefit, but they suffer while you are gone. But there's also this idea that just because you have a family and your family may be your passion doesn't mean that you don't have other passions and you feel compelled to do these dangerous jobs because of something innate in you and yourself. And, it's good to take care of your family. But it's also good to indulge your passions. Neither one is necessarily wrong, but it's this constant sort of tug-of-war for these characters, at least, between these two things. And I think it's really relatable. When this is written in the 50s, no doubt, most commonly, this would have been a phenomenon where it is in fact a father going away from a family. Today, of course, we can extrapolate that in many cases it might be the mother going away. Mothers going into war zones sort of comes to mind. So there's many different varieties of this at play in the world. But I think the story, even 50, 60, 70 years later, still holds true. I do have some memories of my own father used to work out of town frequently on construction jobs, and you wouldn't see him for quite a while. And when things were good, you missed them. But when things were bad, it's like, damn, he's coming home. I wish he would stay away. So I can definitely relate a little bit to this whole situation. But yeah, guys, The Rocket Man from 1951, story number 18 of 100 in the collection of the stories of Ray Bradbury. Tune in next time. We'll be talking about Marionettes Incorporated. So hope you will return for that, and I will see you later.